my live work. I hope that I don't have to do 2 and 3 more takes. I hope this can be one take only. Like what? I hope this can be one take only. I really don't have the energy. I really don't have the strength. I feel like today is just not a good day for me. But I want to come on here and I want to chit chat just a little bit if the world allow me to. And if YouTube will allow me to come through and talk to my family. I always like to insert myself. I've been having fun just a little bit, yo. So thank you so much for letting me know my live is on. So I want to talk about women, but first, first I want to give a shout out to Bootsy. For real, Bootsy is going viral right now, and that is just comes with a lot of people. They want to come up here on social media, and I guess they want to start a trend, and they don't understand the importance of being around real people, and I guess real people who have done real things, who have been around and stuff. And they talking about this whole PC. They are, and I applauded him. I always applaud Bootsy because when we are dealing with the bullshit that is going on in the world today, and you still have people who are still cut from a certain cloth. Everybody be trying to say that they are cut from this cloth, and they are not cut from this cloth. They're not. And I love all the rest of these other real niggas out here. I go, that's sticking up and that's talking about it. Now it's not about glorifying the streets, but it happened when they said fuck the streets, and then all these niggas came out of nowhere, and now they talking about PC. Now when you're dealing with the, I'm talking about myself. When you are dealing with a woman who family members have been incarcerated, and when you are dealing with a woman who has 2 family members who are incarcerated right now, and they have football numbers, and they have never signed in a day of their life, and that their mothers is going to pass away. Their kids are going to be very, very old. They're going to be a very, very old man. I have a different perspective of that. You know what I'm saying? And I guess, but I always say, what happens when you put real niggas in the industry, when you put real niggas in the industry, when you have these puppets, these make believe people, it clashes a lot. So I'm just very, very happy that a lot of people have been sticking up and have been telling the truth, because it's very, very different. And I really don't want to go too deep in that, but once your ass get on that bus, baby, I'm just saying. Well, actually, it go from when you go from county jail. Here I go. When you go from county jail, and then you're in there fighting your charges, and then you seeing a whole bunch of different people, and then before your ass get up top, these niggas already gonna know what you done did, how you done did it, if you done told on somebody, if you flipped on the team. So you're gonna have a whole bunch of different people, and then what you do, not what you do, then you have somebody that probably got from 2 to 5 and shit like that, a year or something like that. And because of the hostile situation and stuff like that, now they're saying, well, so certain people say certain things on the internet they really shouldn't. I'm just saying, for a lot of different things, could probably fall back on people. So I love that Bootsy always stick his neck out, and he's just a real person. But I just want to get off of that because it's not about glorifying the streets or anything like that. Like, it's still real street activity out here. But because of the times, meaning 2026, these niggas is not solid. For real. I always say that. I always say this is why I have a problem with a lot of different organizations, or, it's probably a lot of shit that goes on with a lot of different gang members and a whole bunch of other different things, is because they allow certain people, that's real talk, that come around, and even sometimes, even within the industry, just dealing with a whole bunch of different things that, I guess, how they are moving and certain things, you allow a whole bunch of different eyes, and you allow a whole different people to get down what they get down, and they shouldn't. Because I always say, shit, I shouldn't be doing this because I don't want to help nobody. And I don't want to look that way, but 9 out of 10, it's always like that. That's why hi Italy. You like what? Hi to them real gangsters out there for real. That's why the people from Italy, meaning the people that's in the life like that, they really don't mess with Americans like that because on that flip side, they have shown that they can break underneath certain things, and that's why in certain countries and certain things like that, it's a real hard penalty when certain people go against the grain. So it's only here in America. I would say that shit. And I'm telling you, when them niggas start saying 25 to 100 years, they start breaking and shit. But usually within the first 48 hours, what they trying to do, because they only have 48 hours to break the case. They don't really know a whole bunch of different things. Here I go. Sorry, I don't mean to shake people up, but yeah. So what I wanted to talk about, because it's very mind-boggling to me, just a little bit. I just want to talk about women because I had seen something that was very interesting, and I hate when I always have to talk about relationships sometimes. But since it's a hot topic going around, um, I always say, because me and my sister was talking about that, dealing on how grown somebody is. I always say it like that, bottom line. Dealing on how grown you are, meaning how mature that you are dealing with the relationship, is what you're going to get out of it. That's bottom line with any relationship. And I always say, for the objective is when you are coming into a relationship or you want to talk to somebody, I always like to say from the rip, from the beginning, just you as a woman, you have to understand: is this a playtime? Is this a just once in a every other, or is if this is something that you can see that can be potentially a long term type of thing? And I don't think that people understand that. Now, what I said last time about people having sexual relationships with people, dealing on the savagery, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say the real shit. But dealing with the savagery of a woman, meaning it's not a lot of women who are savages like that. You like, what are you talking about? There's not a lot of women who can coat their heart like that and make it to that point where they're not going to develop feelings. Because when you have a woman who really understands, you're like, what are you talking about? You do have some real women, or just a woman who understand that this is not for a lifetime. This is just something casually and something that we are going to do, and something that is going to just take a ride. Now, because some women don't have that type of a coating over their heart, they start believing, or they start coming to the idea, because you do have some women out there who feel like they could convince somebody. But I always say, for sometimes you have to identify and you have to understand if a motherfucker is coming into your life under pretenses. Now, when you have a woman, I always like to say that, that's now saying that the casual sex, or however that it may be, they're not into that, but then they have their own little preference, right? You're still, you're not as powerful as you think that you are. You like, what the fuck you talking about? Let me tell you what I'm talking about. For a woman who say that they're not really that sexual active, but they do understand the part of a casual relationship or casual sex or whatever, you're lowering, here I go, you're lowering your frequency, because as much as you're saying that you're not into that, now what the fuck is casual sex? I just want to understand, because you could have casual sex and you still have three niggas on your tier. You understand what I'm saying? You have some women who do that. Like, yeah, nigga, we're not in a relationship, but I do talk to multiple people. So because you are now jumping the fence between multiple people, now you are lowering. You see what I did that? Your inside of your vessel, between a woman who's actually going to stand 10 toes down into what, who she is, what she believe, and what she want. So guess what? By time a woman comes across a man, and they be able to develop whatever the fuck that whatever has come to, guess what, from the energy of the force, because a lot of people don't know having sex is the most powerful energy on the planet when you are intertwining with the right person, just like a man, that understand that if he was to hold, which a lot of men don't understand that part, meaning to go without and to actually focus on himself and do the healing part, the same way, because I'm gonna tell these niggas this shit too. It's not, damn nigga, you got King Kong. It's not about that. Nigga, you possess something, that's rare that a lot of men don't possess. And this is why you have a lot of women who be flunking and be running around. It's because of the energy and shit that you have within your motherfucking body. Now, let me get to this shit because it kind of crossed over. Now, dealing in the society world, because I heard somebody say you cannot, it's rare sometimes, you cannot mix business, meaning with your partner, and pleasure. That's a fucking lie. It is. That's the biggest lie, that comes with it. Now, you don't have a lot of women who are really business savvy. That's why you will have, sometimes you will have some men who will maybe give a bitch a shot just a little bit just to figure out. But the norm of today, 2026 and moving forward, I think that anybody that's woke enough should understand the importance sometime as when you are dealing with a person and now you can cross over, and it could be a powerful movement between the both of you, because now you have somebody that's as business savvy as you are. It's just sometimes some of these bitches are just bad investments. They can have a good ass plan, or sometimes they don't know a fucking plan because they just do not know about it, right? So it's like, okay, well, since I can't really invest in this bitch, what the fuck is she good for? So then it crosses over like that. You like, what is it? I don't want to say too much because I'm not in the season of helping motherfucking bitches. But I always like to say for myself, you're like, what? And I always like to say, don't get it fucked up. Because I come up here and I'm not as prima donna sometimes as some of these other motherfucking YouTubers and shit. I don't give a fuck about it. But I always say, you like, what? You like, girl, I always say, I can always go in a room, and I'm not disrespecting any women that I have on my channel or across, whatever. But I'm telling you, it's just some women out there, goddamn it. When we walk in a room, it's just our essence of who we are. It's the shit that we have within our body that can shift the room. That's why when you go some places and it's a whole group of bitches, or it's dudes, it's bitches and shit. But when you have a certain few, don't the head go like this? It's because of what she holds within her essence. It's something within her essence that's going to draw a whole bunch of different people. And I always like to say, for someone, you just have to understand and you have to identify that you have something different. For real, for real. I always say that, right? Because it's a lot of business and shit like that. A lot of people, it's like the first year shit doesn't work out. I'm not gonna really help people like that, but people should understand with just within the timing of the motion of what's out here. The biggest shit that I seen was, and so amazing. It was a book. It said how to become a millionaire, right? Is when you find out exactly what the people are searching for. The nigga from Amazon, didn't that nigga figure that shit out? Didn't Shaquille O'Neal, when he invested in a ring, didn't he figure that out? That's how usually sometimes people become millionaires or certain shit like that. And there's certain things that you have to like put across. That's why at one point in time everybody was selling, well, they still are. They're selling lashes, they're selling hairs. People are starting to get into the boutique shit. But then you have different boutiques. You have low budget boutiques, you have middle class boutiques, and then you have the motherfucking boutiques that bitch you better have a certain pin or a certain code and shit to get in, because all of their shit that they have in there, shut up. Didn't I tell y'all the other day that I'm not into helping people? So it's a very, very different. God bless those dudes sometimes who can be able, because sometimes A man will put certain women in, that's actual facts, in different categories that he feels suitable enough to put you in. It's like you may not pass go, bitch. So guess what? You're only going to be able to deal with that. But I always say it's the awakening of a person, of a woman. Right? So it is what it is. I always say that. It's very, very funny to me. I was telling my god sister, like that's why I always like to say for myself. I always like to say that I don't cheat, right? Some women and some men have to understand that, because when you just understand who you are, then you will avoid a lot of problems and shit like that. And then also, I feel like within this time and frame, nobody should be in that season, and people shouldn't be playing games like that. I remember, so funny. I remember I was talking to this guy. I always listen. The most beautiful thing that my brother friend, his name is Jahid, and I was ripping and running, whatever. He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you can have whoever you want." He was just like, "Look at you," or whatever, whatever. But I don't look at it like that. You know what I mean? I understand who I am. I understand who I am as a woman. I understand what I'm capable of doing. Um, I just don't like that trouble. Like what? I don't be liking certain troubles and certain shit. It's not like certain trouble, because when you have some people out here in the world who's just very, very rare, and they're kind of like, I feel like I'm the last of my kind. I really, really am. And I like to wear it very well and bold and shit like that. And it could be some people who say, "Oh, I don't like her," or "What is it about her," or whatever. It's just that she's very, very different. But I remember I was talking to my ex boyfriend, and he was very, very successful. Well, he probably retired or whatever now, but he was very, very successful. And it used to oh shit, get out of here. I don't want to reach over and push my thing up. But I'll be like this, that be like people like sending me stuff, and I had to like understand it, because okay, how can I say that? Oh shit. Okay, now because well, I just need to stop saying that because I got a good decent job. But um meaning sometimes for a woman, meaning it can be a little rough on some women if they don't understand sometimes, meaning how successful that a man is sometimes. And I used to be like, "Well, what is it?" For real, I used to say, "What is it about me?" or whatever. Like, and he'd be like, "No, you just," I don't know, I forgot what he said. "It ain't about that shit." But I'm just very, very different. I'm a different woman. So, when he used to work and stuff, because he had an amazing job, and then also he did. I'm not gonna say, because I always like to keep him a secret. I never would come up here and tell. And then I always say that he's very, very different. Anyway, he don't do social media. He don't do social media. He don't do a strip club, because he said that real niggas don't go to the strip club. They're not going to the strip club because he said I got too much money. I'm not letting these bitches rub on me and shit. And then he said niggas become like he did. People become targets and stuff like that. So he was very, very different. But I'm different. I'm a different woman. I feel like, because shit. Like I would go like shopping and shit. My son calling me. I love my baby. That's my second son. But like I would go shopping and shit like that. He was like, "What the fuck is you doing? Like all these other bitches that I used to talk to, these bitches ain't never do no shit like that." But that's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't believe the shit. I was like, "What the fuck you want?" Like he was like, "For real." I was like, "What you want?" Like I'm at the grocery store, whatever, whatever. But yeah. So it's just very, very different. It's very, very different. When I always say some women have they just get different results because of who they are. And it's not about all of that extra stuff. But what for real, I think what I really kind of loved the most was I think that, yeah, I think I don't really know in the eyesight of how some guys like look at their girls, but I always feel like in a way I feel like we always supposed to look just a little bit more beautiful. And it used to be so funny because when I used to see him and stuff like that, because of how he fucking worked, like he worked, and then he used to travel and shit sometimes. So sometimes I used to have to wait until he come back from like off of his flight because of the work shit that he used to do. So I guess, well, how can I say this? So I guess the working part and just him flying around and doing whatever that he was doing, I kind of like understand that. And I think some women don't understand sometimes that aspect. Sometimes when some men are working like that, it draws very, very. Oh man, I had somebody say, "Why you didn't stick it out?" or whatever. Like it was our own little. It was just really, really different. It really was, and he was highly upset. For real, he probably was highly upset. What? Very, very. And I shouldn't say this. Well, fuck it, I could say it. Who gives a fuck? But I had the pleasure. For real, he probably sold that motherfucking house. But like I like it was fun though, like when they design like your house, and like because when they come and design your house and certain things, they come with like a sample and shit, you know what I mean, of the rugs and shit like that, or the paint and certain shit like that. So it was very, very different, and I don't know, I just be like, girl, like, man, I always say, like, money is not everything. And I think that was kind of like shocking, you know what I mean? Because just because it's the money thing or whatever, it be other things that it's like other things have to coincide with that. You understand? And I don't think a lot of people understand that because they feel like, oh, just because I got money and I can do this, that, and third, it's like, but something else is still fucking missing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think a lot of women understand that. And then you have some women be like, oh, I don't care, I'll just take the money or whatever, whatever. But it's like, if it's not like the whole package of just everything, then it's like, it doesn't make sense. And I don't never want people to like think that it's okay when certain stuff is not. You know what I mean? It's mm, like, why do I want a half of a home when I want the whole home? You understand what I'm saying? I hope you guys can hear me because my phone rung and it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? That's almost like a person, like, he could take care of me. I know he'll take care of me. I know he'll love me. You know what I mean? I know that he will make sure that I'm okay. But he still have shit that he have to fix. So why would I want to um like put myself in a situation like that and like give myself half when I really deserve the whole thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like I deserve the whole thing, and I feel like if people don't understand that part, then I can't. People should not allow people to short you. And a lot of people get shorted like that. And so a lot of people, I always like to say that shit, like, what do you mean shorted? So I don't know, you can love me halfway and I'm supposed to be okay with you loving me halfway, or I'm supposed to be okay with you just, you know what I mean, half in, half out, and shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm okay with just the little shit or the little minute shit. No. And I think people don't understand that part. So, um, and that's what I mean about the scales of the Libra scale at this particular time. Just what relationships and everything is. It's not cool. I always say that. And then plus with like casual sex and all that other shit like that, like, what the fuck? I always say that, like, we just going around kissing everybody and shit. You understand what I'm saying? Get out of here. You like, what? What is that? I don't know. I can't look at it. I said I can't look at it. So it's different. Like, you like, what? I don't know. You like, what? Because then it becomes tricky. You like, what? Yeah. But I think you like, here I go world. Like, what? But it's the truth. It's the truth. Like, what's the truth? Damn, here I go. Here the fuck I go. Like, what do you mean? Like, it is the truth. Like, he or she, I'm gonna perform this way with you, but with this motherfucker, I'm gonna do something other. But why is that? And I always feel like whatever how I'm gonna do with him, god damn it, you understand the concept? You understand what I'm saying? You just can't be doing that the same shit with everybody. You understand what I'm saying? That means that I don't know, like damn bitch, like you really are tainted. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I was trying to go and I was trying to say all of that other different shit is like well, what is like off limits that you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you understand what I'm saying? And people don't understand that. Like, and somebody said, I'm a vet, whatever, whatever. So, bitch, well, I said that shit myself. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna do all of this shit with all of my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you a vet, but you a vet with all the niggas. Like, you doing every fucking flip, trip, and every so off with all the niggas. So, if they ever if they ever come together or however the fuck or whatever, however go down, it's gonna be the same story on repeat. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, she did that to you, or damn, da 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 da. It's making me upset. I'm already upset just a little bit. I'm having a fucked up day, but I just wanted to come on here and talk about that because it's very, very like amusing to me. Sometimes when people come through, sometimes and they listen to certain people's shit, like, bitch, you are nothing like me. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody on this planet is like me. I understand. And I don't mean to be disrespectful and say what I wanted to say, because 9 out of 10, bitch, I could take who the fuck you got any day. But apparently, bitch, he's just not my cup of tea. He's your cup of tea. You understand what I'm saying? And whatever the fuck you think that you getting for him or however, I'm telling you for a fact, bitch, that's not gonna go with me because I'm different. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just how niggas is. Like, I think I per se, like, you know what I mean? Like, niggas should say that. Well, like, beat your chest. Like, you understand what I'm saying? What Because you do. Like, you have some dudes who are very, very cocky. I've seen a lot of cockiness. I've been around a lot of cockiness. And I think when you have been around certain things and you have entwined and you have seen a lot of different things, it's like, how the fuck you want to say? And for all the people, like what? For all the people who saying, well, you ain't driving. I don't want to fucking drive. Like, I can drive, but I don't want to drive. You like, what? I don't. It gives me panic attacks. For real. I don't like driving over bridges. I don't like driving next to 18 wheelers. I don't like doing a whole bunch of shit. And then because I drove for so long, it becomes fucking corny. You understand what I'm saying? So if I want to, I just order a motherfucking car service or something. And I just like being in the back seat. And then plus, I sit in the passenger seat. Like, for real. I don't mind sitting in a passenger seat. I don't care. Now, if I had to get up and I had to drive, like many a times or anything like that, then I will. But I'm just very, very different. Very, anywhere I go. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm very, very different. I done been places or something like that, and people be like, "Oh, I want to buy you a drink." I be like, "I'm cool," or you know what I mean, or I'll pay for her for this. I be like, "I'm cool" and shit like that. I tell motherfucker, quick, please. I'm not accepting nothing. You know what I mean? And you have some women who are very, very like they. I don't know. I don't be looking for shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's why the whole new dating scene is the gym and shit. You know what I'm saying? Dating shit. When Rick Ross' ex girlfriend said that shit, I was flabbergasted. She like, I'm gonna put a little makeup on, I'm gonna put a little perfume shit on, I'm gonna do this. Like, bitch, I'm like, I'm not going there to catch no nigga. You know what I'm saying? I remember, I remember when I went to go do hot yoga, and I had on my eyelashes and shit. My eyes was burning for about 60 minutes. It was the worst fucking experience I ever had. I swear to God. As I was trying to do a as I was trying to do a downward dog and all of this other shit, my eyes was burning in hot yoga. I was like, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. That's how I was doing. I was like this. My shit was fucking burning. So no, I'm not doing all that. You'll probably see me in my most rarest form. And then because I'm just like that, it's so funny. Yo, this guy on on Facebook. I said, "You big dummy. I wish I was your girlfriend." Because he said, some of these niggas need to keep an eye out on their girlfriends because some of their girlfriends be having a gym boyfriend and shit, meaning they trainers. And he said, just pop up on her ass just a little bit. I'm sorry. And I was like, shut up, you big dummy. That's just something that you do. You understand what I'm saying? But just like for myself, like if I'm gonna have like a trainer, I'm gonna get a girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if this nigga's the best motherfucker trainer in the business. I'm still gonna get a girl. For real, for real. Like even when I go to the gym like that, everybody be having these, that's what it is. Her ass is really not like that. She just got them BBL leggings or shit that's gonna tuck her ass up just a little bit. And for real, for real. And she just got that real pretty, some got a pretty cat print, and then some got them ugly ass camel ass toes. Bitch, you know that camel toe was ugly to the motherfucker. But you want to be up there. You like, what? For real. You want to be up there showing all of that shit. You like, what? I don't do that shit. You see this shit? I'll go to the gym like this. I'll go to the gym like that. I'll go to the gym some baggy shit or something like that. Because you tell you the truth, like this year, between this year and last year, it's like the most that I have ever worked out in a unisex gym. Like I have never worked out in a unisex gym because I always work out with like ladies. Like I forgot that my baby. I'm sitting here, I'm cooking her. I got in the oven, I'm cooking baked salmon and baked salmon, shrimps, mashed potatoes, and some string beans and shit. That's what I got in the oven that we gonna have for dinner because I'm gonna be here for a very, very long time with my baby. Right? But yeah, like I'm not doing all of that shit. Like it took me a while because you do have some niggas who be thirsty and shit like that. And nigga, I'm trying to sweat. I'm trying to do my favorite machine. I be on that motherfucker for like 3 miles and shit like that. Like get the fuck out of here. I just started going, but when I go, I'll be looking crazy and shit like that because that's just me. I'm not that type of a woman and shit like that because I know me. I know my body, and I want to fucking work out. I ain't got time for you to be like, yo, shorty, what's your name? Like, nigga, get the fuck away from me if I beat you in the head with this fucking weight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to do all of this. I ain't got time for that. And damn sure I'm not spraying no fucking Tom Ford. I'm not spraying no motherfucking so Saint Laurent. I'm not fucking shit the motherfucking gym. You understand? No. But I like my gym that I go to. It's private. I feel very, very safe, for real. Because the gym that I go to, the police works out there, the army works out there, the navy works out there, the motherfucking marines work out there, the fire department work out there. The guy who owns the gym, he's a retired vet and shit like that. So it's very, very safe. These niggas wanna come up here and acting whatever. I'm telling you the time, for real. They'll be on their ass. So, and it's so sweet. I remember this older guy, yo. You know what I underestimated? What's that fucking rope shit? That shit is hard. That shit is hard as hell, but it's the most. It's a great workout. I can't wait. Maybe I should post my story of me just in the locker room and shit like that. But yeah, I just wanted to say that these women are so delusional. They really are. It's terrible. Even down to the rich ones or the ones who feel like they sold this, that, and the third, and this, that, and the third. And I always say that shit. I'm like, checkmate, for real, for real. Like, bitch, for real. Like, for real. I remember I cursed this lady out. It was so funny because I always say I come as a beggar. For rap. I come as a beggar. For rap. I'll be like this with this. I'll be having this on and shit like that or whatever, whatever. And I remember this girl, she jumped out of a Maserati. She was mismatching like a motherfucker. She had Gucci this, she had this, that, and the third. She had something on so cute. And I was like, that's cute. That bitch went like this. I said, oh, don't get it fucked. I cursed her out. Like, don't get in that stuff. With your non-high wear, high end fashion, mismatching ass. I was just trying to tell you that I like this, that, and the third, but don't get it fucked up. I always be saying these bitches got I don't know. And I'm not helping nobody. Everybody want to be cute. But they not the right cute. You dig? Everybody want to be cute. Let me put my shit down. but they not the right cute. Mm-hmm. You're like, girl, what's not the right cute? Figure that shit out. So I'm just saying. You're like, what? I'm just saying. So I love being who I am for real, and I love that. Um, you want to know what? Because I said the other night, at one point, I was very materialistic. I really, really was. I took my nails off the other day. I needed to go get a new set or whatever, but I'm gonna put them back on. But at one point in time, I wouldn't even be there without nails on, for real. And I think y'all think I'm lying. I want to go see if this lady in Elizabeth, New Jersey, is still there at this beauty shop. Yo, I was going to her so much. She told me to stop coming. She said, for real, when have you ever heard somebody say, you ever went to the beautician and they tell you to stop coming, yo, because you coming too much? She said, please, please. She said, stop. You coming too much. I said, what? I was very, very materialistic, yo. Very, like, but I felt like that. But I understand now. I understand why I was like that because I always said, because bitches penalize you, yo. They do. They penalize the fuck out of women, and it's so fucked up because some women just don't be knowing the caliber of the woman who's right in front of their face. Uh-huh. And then they want to try to look down upon people, or they trying to sun them or make them like they little nigga or whatever. And it's pathetic. It's very, very fucking pathetic. It's terrible. And I always used to make sure I was just flawless, for real, because I never wanted to be in a space where I allowed the next bitch to like look down upon me like she was better than me. So I always had to be like this. I always had to do this. I always had to do this. And I'm laughing just a little bit. And it's a blessing. It really is a blessing because the gentleman that I'm with now, it was like, yo, I went through a fucking detox, yo. I went through the worst detox from a person who just had it all. I remember this guy that I knew or whatever. He was getting real shit. He used to bring me all of this real shit. I remember I walked away from motherfucking thousands of clothes, yo. I walked away from I walked away from Louis Vuitton, Gucci. I just walked away. I swear to God. I said I'm out of here and shit like that. But yo, when I mean I was sick, I was sick. I shouldn't be talking like this just a little bit, but from a person who, from a person who could just go about their daily lives and don't really gotta worry about shit, and they really, really good like that, meaning their money and shit like that, and you good like that, and then all of a sudden you don't have it like that, and you can't do it like that. Do you know how sickening that shit is? That shit will drive the average person crazy. That's why a lot of niggas be telling on people. That's why a lot of women be putting themselves in a real crazy ass situation, and they're dealt with letting a motherfucker treat them all types of ways, and they do a whole bunch of other crazy shit. At least I know I got some fucking integrity because there's no money in the planet that's ever gonna make me bend my soul full. I've been tested like that shit too. And I passed beautifully. I was so happy. Like for real, I cursed somebody out. I said, bitch, if you don't get the fuck away from me. hmm I was like ripping and running a little bit. And yeah, my girlfriend, she had one of her crazy ass motherfucking ideas and shit like that. And just because what some people would do don't mean that other person would do. She was mad. The bitch couldn't believe it. For real, she was. No, no, no. I was like, fuck you. Shit like that. So that's how I always knew that money and shit, you know what I mean, can't break me and shit like that. But yeah, I was sick. So now I just walk upon the land and I'm very, very humble. I'm good and shit like that. So now I feel like if I want to put on certain shit, I don't even got gold and shit. I used to have so much gold and diamonds and shit. It's crazy. I remember a facility stole my diamonds and shit. I was like, yo, where the fuck is my shit at? We don't know. It's not here. Like, are you kidding me and shit like that? But that's why I don't really wear jewelry and shit. Or me fighting and shit. Me in the streets, I'm fighting. Cause you got diamonds, you got jewelry and shit. That's what a bitch do. Ah, and break all of your stuff and stuff like that. But I always love them. I always say like, yo, I gotta be like the most one of the realest like YouTubers and shit. It's only just a little stuff that I haven't really done and accomplished and stuff. And I would like to be able to do that before I close my eyes and I go back to the creator and stuff like that. But that's why I say like I'm just so humble. It's like I just like the little shit and I know what I'm gonna deal with and I know what I'm not gonna deal with because I don't have to. You know what I mean? I have the choice today of what I want to deal with. And I don't like that, especially when I know what I'm capable of giving. And a lot of people don't understand that. When you understand what you're capable of giving, then it's like, why I gotta do that? So since people don't be understanding that shit, I always say that. Then you stay the fuck over there. You get everything that you need over there. And people don't understand that. So I just want to come on here and say that. So congratulations to all of you real guys, young men out there, that when y'all see fucked up things that are trying to trend, to insert yourself in it and understand. But that's like the conscience of the mind sometimes for dumb people because they don't know. And then one person try to say, "Oh, he ain't never do that." Like, bitch, we talking about black culture. You like, what are you talking about? Majority of black people are incarcerated. Because I did a live on here regarding the incarceration from juveniles to adults, and it's very very baffling. The numbers, the numbers, meaning the number of people and the numbers of the money and certain shit. And how they're more satisfied of always creating new prisons and new centers and new this, that, and the third to house. Prison is just the new slavery, yo. That's the slave. That's a plantation. Prisons are plantations. These niggas tell you when to go to sleep, when to wake up, when to shower and shit like that. You got some jails before you even cross over and shit. You gotta be locked in a cell for 23 hours, yo. 23 hours. Nobody has never felt that. You only get to come out motherfucking once. And you only get to come out for an hour. Like, you gotta be kidding me and shit like that. So when you are dealing with a group of society and when you are dealing with ignorant ass motherfuckers who are trying to give out a message and shit like that, it's not cool. Cause a lot of people don't have it in them like that. They come out. I said that shit on Twitter. Be careful jumping off the porch because you think that this shit is cute, cute, cute. When your ass is by yourself. You know, my brother used to tell me, my oldest brother, because he just came home. He told me while he was in prison all night, majority of his bed, he just heard niggas crying that night. They were crying that night because they were getting violated. They going in the cell with somebody. I remember my little brother started a riot in prison. My little brother had to fight because somebody was trying to check him. And a lot of people don't understand that part. When it's that time, you'll have somebody that try to chin check you and shit like that. And no matter how it is, it's either it's either you gonna become a vic to everybody else, and everybody else gonna look like you pray, or you just gonna have to get busy. You gonna have to get busy. You gonna have to show. I remember him and some other people. So it's a different lifestyle. That street activity life is a different world. I always say that. Yo, I shouldn't say too much about certain shit, but I remember just being around a whole bunch of different shit and things like that. Like, it took me like how many months? It took me a couple of months to go back on regular protocol. Yeah, because about this time, what time is it? 8, 9 o'clock. 8, 9 o'clock, or however niggas, this shit just start moving. Like, what? Niggas is about to get up. Like, that's why I don't want to be those type of YouTubers. I'm a YouTuber for niggas that's in the hood, around the world and shit like that. Niggas is about to get up. Niggas about to move. A lot of people don't go to sleep till about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, maybe 8 o'clock. So it's different rotation and stuff like that. Or people gotta do certain things. I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say something bad. I was. I really was. Did I ever tell that story about my ex boyfriend? I did. He was terrible. It makes me upset every time I even think about this motherfucker. But it does. And for real, he was a doozy. He was a doozy. You like what he was. I'm not gonna never sit up here to the board and say I had a perfect relationship. You know, the relationships and certain shits that I had. And I think that's what makes certain a individual like very, very solid and very, very things when you have been in certain shit. But I always been a different woman, so I can't relate. You heard it about that? Like I can't relate. But he was a doozy. hmm He was a liar for real. But he wasn't gonna tell me. I would say that son of a bitch. He was for real. He did his little excursion one day, one weekend. And it's so funny because I had this beautiful. I always had an apartment. I always had my own shit since I was young. Since I was how old? Maybe 20. I always had my own apartments. I always had my own spot. It's so funny because in my hood I lived right across the street from the middle school. My brother is the only person that said I gave my little brother. He was like 14, an apartment because I didn't want to stay there no more. I wanted to go back home and live with my mom. So for real, he was about 14, maybe 14, 13, and it was beautiful. I had like 14. They was like 14 feet ceilings, but it was a beautiful place. And I had this. It was nice and shit. And I used to have my peoples and shit come and stay. But yeah, I gave that little nigga my apartment. I don't think a motherfucker could ever say that. And him, and his friends and shit. They was like, they oh man, he could always talk about it. So my little brother experienced some shit though too, and life and stuff. I used to hang out at this like well known Italian restaurant and shit, and like I became like a regular because back where I came from, it's like real bougie, so it's across town, and everybody from like Fairhaven, Rumson, like Atlantic College. I'm naming like previous towns that come for money, and I used to go there, and I remember me and my girlfriend, like goddamn, we had to spend like $1,000 or something like that. Our bill was crazy. But it was our first time, and we didn't know we didn't know, but it was so cute because we always kind of like went in there like because it was like a weekend thing. Yeah, I had fun there, and we ordered all of this shit, and it was so funny because we didn't really know. So, oh man, it was so beautiful. You like what it was? I ordered like this mashed potato, but they made it like a cat, like a house, like. And so I thought I was just getting like mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, like a steak or whatever, whatever. This shit came out. Oh, she almost put my hand on my nose. It came out like a portions and shit. Yeah, it was a lot. It really was. She had her shit. We sat at the table like, what the fuck? What kind of fuck? We gonna eat all this, right? Mm-hmm. But it was good. They was like, here you go. Like, my bougie ass. Like, you want regular water? No. I don't want regular water. Give me that $20 water over there. Like, fuck you talking to? Like, that's why I be saying, like, yeah, okay, you got the wrong one. I'm definitely the wrong one. But my brother, he used to be so funny because they used to allow him to come in like during the time, like the daytime before it actually shift over. My who? Yeah, Big Shaw used to be there though too. Big Shaw's a very close friend of mine. He really is. Um, he is. It's so funny how life works. But I think Big Shaw used to he used to work there. I think so. I think he used to be at the door. I think. I'm not too sure. But he know about what I'm talking about. But we turned it out for real, for real. Everybody used to come. We used to have a good time and shit like that. But yeah, it was. We had fun. We really did. So he used to be like, "Where you at?" I'm like, "I'm down here with the Italians." That spot, and then it was another well-known like yeah, another Italian spot. That shit was across the street from the police station. It was beautiful. I used to be in there too with my girlfriends and stuff like that. But Um, life is life for real. I always like to say that life is life. Life is like whatever you want to make it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I always say I don't regret nothing in my life. It taught me a lot. Um, and I'm just happy that everything turned out okay for me. Yo, oh my God, I don't think I can never tell this story because it's real deep. Like it's deep. Like I'm so happy. I'm really, really like I'm so happy. But weirdos up on the prowl, and I don't like when they be giving my babies and they want to come up here and they want to say all of this, and then listen, it is what it is. I'm not gonna shoot some. I'm not gonna call no woman ugly. Okay, for real. Men just have a preference of women who they prefer, right? But even a person or a woman sometimes who some women might think are ugly or however that it may be, they still can be able to get everything that they need. And some women who sometimes say, "Oh, she just the ugliest of the ugliest," her boyfriend is gonna probably take care of her and do a whole bunch of different shit that your nigga may do. So I don't like saying that. I don't like calling women ugly. Women are just special creatures. You like what? For real. And to each his own. And I always say that. You'll be surprised. On Twitter, somebody say, "Is it a shame that men pay for pussy?" No, they've been doing that shit since the Roman times. Brothels and shit like that is going to be. But why people do certain shit that they do is because of the limp and the craziness sometimes that certain people want. That's why you have different departments and different things, or you just probably want somebody to sit down and just have a conversation with you because this nigga can't get a conversation with his girlfriend and with his wife, which I don't like talking about that because I never will promote that shit ever. My channel, I would never promote girls talking to married men and destroying homes and shit like that. But I understand how the world is and how the world is positioned. And I always feel like on that aspect, if you wasn't ready and shit like that, you should never did it. But it be some kinky motherfuckers out here in this world, and they're gonna go to whoever's gonna provide that motherfucking service. So it is what it is. Or um, you just but I always say, what the fuck is tricking? I always say that the tricking is not really, well, it depends. But I always say, okay, here go my theology about that shit. So you just in life or however, for the girls or whatever, don't get me fucking wrong. But it's different. So you go with somebody and just not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? However, the fuck is very, very fucked up or weird, however. But I'm just saying for the tricking part. That's my answer for the tricking part. Whatever, whatever. It is what it is. Now you just have some niggas that saying, "Bitch, I'm not paying for no pussy." It's either you gonna give it to me, we gonna do what we gonna do. But other than that, no. But you can't really knock a nigga that's paying for it. It's just that's what it is. That's just some of the women and certain people that he dealing with. So for certain things, or you just have certain things, you just got some bitches that's like. But I always say they're like bottom feeders for real. You like what it is because you got, it was this one girl who said, "Oh, he got to pay me $50,000 to do all of this. This is that and a third." Okay, bitch, you're a bottom feeder. You like, why you saying that? Because you saying that this nigga got to pay you 50,000 or whatever, which is fucked up. Because I think like no woman should be like that. To each his own. But bitch, you saying 50,000 or whatever? That's peanuts to a bitch that's getting 250. That's peanuts to a bitch that's getting a million. You know what I'm saying? But they want to be on their high horses and shit because this nigga done bought her a fucking house or this nigga done put her in a condo. But this other nigga is paying this bitch rent like 5 million. That's some real live shit. So it's different tiers and it's different levels and different shit like that. It's very funny. So I always say that. So it's always like the group or the society of the world and shit that you're in. So it's all over. That's why some of these bitches get mad. You like, why? Like, this nigga gave me 2,000. Like the bitch you got only $2,000 from Lil Baby. You like, girl, why are you laughing? Cause he only gave that bitch $2,000. You like what? Huh? You like what? I'm laughing like a motherfucker. $2,000. Like, don't start me. You like, listen. I'm talking some real fucking shit here. And I'm not trying to like do too much. I'm not doing too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a realist at the end of the day. I'm real to the core. For real. So then she got mad because he gave her $2,000, but somebody on the other aspect or whatever, he giving her 10 to 20 or whatever. Where the fuck do he classify her at? Do he have some type of feelings and emotions, or he feel like she's suitable and she's honorable enough to get 10 to 20,000? Why the fuck are people counting people's pockets? You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. You like, that's the realest shit ever. So you can't get mad and then she want to expose him. Like, he only gave me $2,000. Like, no, you dumb bitch. You was the only one. What the fuck? I'm just saying. Wow, you busting it open. They busting it open. Damn, that's fucked up. This one girl said, I'm not shooting coat and shit. Like, I'm not shooting coat and shit. She said that she sells pussy. That's what she said. She said, but she sells street pussy or whatever. It's some shit. She said that I guess she was in a world. She said she don't want to be an industry girl who sell pussy in the industry. Some shit like that. Cause she said that some nigga looked down upon her or something or somewhere shit. And her whole story was just so crazy because she said that she got, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Mm, and you say what I said? Hmm. Like, She said that she got flew out. No, she ain't flew. She took her own motherfucking ass. She flew her own self out. Okay. Mm. She went to Vegas or some shit like that. She was sadly disappointed. I guess he did this, that, and third. She wasn't satisfied because I guess he was doing this, that, and the third. But hey, that's what comes with a lot of different territories or whatever. Mm-hmm. Listen, I used to have so much fun. I used to work at McDonald's in Brooklyn. Shout out to all the hoes in Brooklyn. Off over there by Pennsylvania Avenue and shit like that. For real, for real. And she was pretty. I said, bitch, don't get me started. I listen. Different world. I respect everybody's shit. For real. It's just the way that you do it. You heard me? So I said, yo, pretty. She was pretty. It's just that because of her own circumstances, however. But I like what she had on. She was pretty. For real. I said, okay, bitch, I see how you doing. She said, thank you. hmm And for real. I love Hustle Mom. I love Hustle Mom. You like Hustle Mom? She's a madam or whatever the fuck she do. But she like 50 something, 55. She live out there in Miami. She got a Rolls Royce. She funny. She a old bottom hoe and shit like that. I like Hustle Mom. I talked to her on motherfucking. I talked to her on Instagram. For real, for real. She cool and shit. I like that. For real. She like what? New York City. I'm telling you, all over the world. These fake ass pimps. Yo, that's why I was so mad at that nigga Pinky. You like what? Pinky from off of Love and Hip Hop. I said, this nigga, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. You like what? But he's making the pimps look so bad. For real, for real. Listen, fuck what you want to say. You like, girl, you crazy. Nope. I always wanted to go, you like, girl, you crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I always wanted to I had watched Pimp Don Juan's story. His story is like amazing. His other pimp story was amazing and shit. But they be looking like they be having fun and shit at the play other hoes and pimp ball and shit. Like all the hoes get together. So funny. You got the 75-year-olds. Like that's just crazy to me. Like it is. Like god damn, 75, you 60 and shit. Like but I can't say that. Right? because Hustle Mom is a little bit older, but she look real, yo, she look good for her age. You like what? Hell yeah, Hustle Mom, she pretty as hell. She pretty as hell, and she got a nice shape for her to be older, for real, for real. And she on some other shit, but that's other women, different lifestyles, different worlds, for real. All of that shit, I have a bitch. I'm telling you, the bitch be thinking a whole bunch of different shit. I remember, no, yeah, that's what I was saying. When I used to work, shout out to my dumbass, this dumbass nigga. He went viral. He did, and I know them niggas down there in Jamaica Queens. Well, I just know him. And he went viral because he did some shit out of McDonald's. But I know him and shit. And it's so funny because I usually go get when I really go get my nails and shit done. I call them the Elizabeth Taylor. So he's like, "What you doing? You got them stripper nails and shit on?" I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He was like, "Look at your nails, like the French nails." I always like that. I'm a French girl though. I always say that, like a French nail, French toes and shit like that, because it just looks so much better. Like now, all of that other shit is cool, but when you got French nails, you can do a whole bunch of different things. It's very, very professional. The way you come and go and shit like that. You can always mix and mingle. However, you always it just looks so classy and shit like that. I was like, nigga, what is you talking about? This is just look very, very pretty and shit like that. But yeah, women today, such a petty. Yeah. Waste of a good thing. You like what? Waste of a good thing. They tell you. I hate seeing these high class, these fake ass high class hoes want to get up here talking all this bullshit. Bitch, you just are undercover. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you talking about casual, whatever, whatever. Bitch, you still trying to get that bag. You know what I mean? Just say that. Who is this? I'm getting off because I've been on too long and I ain't supposed to be on this bitch. I know. What you saying? Yo, my peanut butter. What? What the fuck you talking about? Peanut butter French toast. Ew. You like what? Really? Let me tell you something. So before I actually started cooking, I didn't really know how to cook. And my oldest brother be like, when I was coming up when I was younger, he was like, "You can't cook to save your life." That's what my oldest brother said. "You can't cook to save your life, but you can make a hell of a breakfast, Angel. Can you please make your brother some breakfast?" So you said French toast. I'll be making banana pancakes. I'll be making a whole bunch of different pancakes and stuff. The way I make it, my kids like it though. I ain't have French toast in a minute or whatever. But what the fuck is that all about? But yeah, it was funny. My brother funny as hell. It's crazy. Is there anything else I want to talk about? No, because I'm getting off. And I'm trying to avoid my face being seen by certain few. Like what? Yes. You like what? I'm just not having a good day today. And I am not. And I am not. You like what? No, I'm not. I'm tired of this shit. You like what? Don't make no sense, world. I don't know what type of folly shit is going on around here. You like, get me started, get me start yelling and stuff. You like what? Yelling. Somebody, I don't want nobody to say I'm crashing out, but I always crash out in a good way, not a bad way. But I don't even have it in me to crash out. No. You like what? No. I'm just feeling some type of way today. I am. I was feeling some type of way since I started saying what I was saying earlier today. I just been in a nasty mood, but I think I'm gonna be like this forever now. You like what? I'm done. For real, you like what? I am. I'm just so done with people. I made myself upset again today. For real, I was yelling and screaming just a little bit, and it just made me feel so sick today. I was laying down and I slept today. I've noticed that. I noticed now. That's like the second time that happened to me. And I don't know, maybe I'm stressing out just a little bit. I am just a little, just a little. I'm stressed just a little bit, world. But now it's making me sick just a little bit. So I don't have it in me no more. I don't. I'm like, what? Mm-mm. So that's why I try to focus a little bit more on the interesting things, like, cause I have some good things that I got going on, and I'm so excited about it. I'm so happy that I'm not in old places, you know. Put it back on, and then I'm getting off because I gotta go in the oven, and I gotta go check and see my salmon and shrimp and stuff is done, and I'm hungry now. Mm. And I gotta call my son, and I gotta see where my son went. And my son is so sweet. I remember when I wasn't working. I wasn't working for like a couple of months before I started actually doing what I'm doing now. And I'm about to go back to work. Well, I'm about to get another job. So I'm just waiting actually to start. I was supposed to start next week. So I'll be running. I'm be running. I think I'm tired now. I have no understanding. You guys have no understanding. I feel like I can push my body to the limit, and I feel sometimes I shouldn't have to do that. But I'm about to start working just a little bit more. But my son, he was so good. He was like, "Don't worry, mom. I got it." So he probably want to talk to me about something. So he was paying certain stuff and for the good son did. He didn't have to do it, but he did it for his mother. For real. Both of my oldest sons, I love them to death. My oldest son was like, "What you want, mom?" They so good. Like, they so good to me. I'm so good to them. But yeah. You're like, what? They grown. I still be paying stuff for them just sometimes because they're good kids. I'm very very happy to say that both of my sons they graduated from high school. My second baby, he in college. He going to school to become an accountant, and he's a coach for like recreation kids and stuff like that. So they're good kids. So they don't rip and run the street. I'm blessed and I'm honored to say that they're very very good kids, and I don't have to worry about them. You know. And I pray for all the mothers who have to sometimes worry about their sons, you know. They be ripping and running, or it's a lot of mothers that get on a bus. They gotta go up top. They gotta see kids and certain things like that. So I'm pushing for my oldest son because he's still a baby. My oldest son, he only 23, so he's still a baby. Right, he is. So I'll be like, "Are you gonna go back to school?" Because I always like that. Like, listen to your mother for real. In a couple of years, it's gonna be fucked up out here, son. That's what I tell him. So you need to get this shit under control. So he's cool. He's like a hippie for real. My oldest son, he's a hippie. He don't go outside. They like to stay in the house. They like to play games. That's what they like to do. My oldest two sons, they play games. They be on there playing games. They be on there playing football. That's what they do. Play football. Play the little PS whatever. And they can find. They don't run the streets. They don't do anything. They don't like to tell me about their girlfriends or nothing. Like, it was so funny. My oldest son, said he be ghosting people. And I'll be coming up here telling the world, like, if this nigga's ghosting you, don't do that. And I had a conversation. He said, no, because they be losing their mind. I was like, what? He did. He said they wanted my oldest son. They wanted to be catching feelings and stuff like that. Like, I ain't got time. Like, and he said, then they want to be disrespectful. I said, they be being disrespectful to you. He like, nah, we not doing all of that. He said, and when they start being disrespectful or doing this stuff, he said, I ghost them. I said, what? I said, you ghost them? He said, yes, I do, Mom. I said, oh, that ain't shit. That you ain't shit. And then he told on his brother. He threw his brother and shit underneath the bus. Like, yeah, well, you think I'm worse? You need to talk to Naeem and stuff. I said, oh, really? So this is what your brother be doing? For real? He called me one day. His shit was all fucked up. My second son, because he's one high yellow ass little nigga. He is. He is the cutest little high yellow. And I seen him on FaceTime the other day. He all buff and shit. I'm like, what the fuck you doing, son? He's like, God damn, this nigga is so high yellow. He is so high yellow. And I was like, what the fuck you doing? Like, nothing, Mom. What you talking to, Mom? Mom, I can't talk. Oh, nigga, what you got, strep throat and shit? He was like, what you talking about? What I tell you about kissing all them girls and shit in your mouth and shit? Like, what you talking about? What you talking about? I said, You know what the fuck I'm talking about. You better stop kissing them girls in your mouth, you know, kissing them bitches in their mouths and stuff. And I said, you better not be letting them bitches just suck on you and shit. Yeah, I said, you better be putting something. He said, oh man, come on, mom. I'm like, you don't know? He said, know what? I'm like, they be having all types of shit in their mouth and shit like that. And you got them sucking on you, boy. You crazy? He was like, come on, mom, come on. I'm telling you. Listen to you. Listen, just listen to your voice. He was like, oh. I was like, oh, my ass. But it's fun having boys. They're so fun. I wouldn't change it in the world. Having boys are fun. And like this age, it'd be like the funnest parts ever. Especially. Especially, it'd be so fun. And these my other two, like it's so funny with them now. Like my other two, they be fighting and shit. It'd be so fun. my daughter and stuff. It was so funny. She be out. I'm about to get off because I'm about to get off now. I swear to God. My son was getting bullied by like a kindergarten or something, yo. And he was like, Mom, this girl, I'm telling you, you gotta get this girl. You gotta get this girl. I was like, get what girl? I'm telling you, she's just doing too much. Like, you gotta say something to her. You gotta say something to her now, as my baby Michael said. I said, what do you want me to say to her? Look, what grade she is? She's like, she in kindergarten. She in kindergarten. I was like, are you kidding me, boy? How am I supposed to say something to a kindergarten? So let me go. Y'all stay up, smile, be happy. God bless these real niggas out here. Y'all stay on the prowl. Y'all stay away from these confused ass girls. You like what? They confused in the motherfucker. So until next time, you guys have a great day, right? A great day. It is what it is. You like for real. It is what it is, man. Ain't nobody got time for all of this crazy ass shit that's going on upon the world and upon the land. It is what it is. Isn't it beautiful the cards that's laid in front of us, right? This is what my babies got me for like a little gift and stuff. It's like it's sentimental. I like sentimental stuff. A baby doll, right? It's sentimental, so I like it. I don't care. It's something. I ain't turned green yet. Like whatever. For real, I can't wear fake shit because I'll be turning green and shit. For real. And then it won't come off, so I'm stuck. So it was really nice. For real. I don't care about that. Nah, I don't. Something that's sentimental is always. I don't know what to tell you, lady. I'm waiting on my ching ching. I'm waiting on my thing to go ching ching. Money has been deposited. It'll be coming in a minute. For real. Ching ching. I always say that. That shit come. Now it's about to come just a little bit bigger because I be grinding. And I do. So until next time, you guys stay up, okay? It's always a pleasure. Let me go take my food from out of the oven because I'm hungry. I put this real good, like buttery, like garlic stuff with it, so it's gonna be good. And then I gotta go make this gravy and eat it with my mashed potatoes. So until next time, it's always a pleasure. I hope you guys enjoyed the little speech and the little shit that I was talking about. To all of you ladies, if y'all niggas want to be dipping and dabbling, that's on y'all. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Like I can't say anything else. I suck as a teacher a little bit, but I talk a little bit, so hopefully you can like pull shit. But in this season right now, it is what it is. It's whatever you want from out of relationship. It's whatever you are down for. You understand what I'm saying? I always like to say just to know your worth. If you don't know your worth, then how can you ask for something? And to always be real about shit. There's no reason for you to be hiding and be fronting or whatever. Like if a motherfucker can't accept you for who you are, then guess what? Who the fuck cares? Somebody else that's coming through or coming down the line will be able to see your worth. I always say that for some people should see the diamond within the rough. Sometimes some diamonds just need to be rubbed off just a little bit. And be careful who you interacting with because I'm just saying for guys too. Sometimes you really don't know who you got or who's around you or who's capable enough of doing something. Right? Always keep it a stack with people. Don't you think people deserve that? It is what it is, right? And for the most part, just do what you need to do. I said that, right? Oh, and handle your business, for real. Handle your business always. Like when you handle your business and you stand on big business, then you really don't have to worry about all of that other shit. And always, oh shit. Okay, okay, I'm gonna talk about that before I get off. Um, I believe people can be friends with people. You know what I'm saying? I do believe people can be friends with people, but it depends on the other person. Like I could be friends with people. I can. I could be just your friend. For real. I could be just your friend. For real, for real. And for the most part, if it just comes to just me only being your friend like that, then I will only give your ass friend behavior and shit like that. Friend, whatever. And they try to say that a man and a woman sometimes can't be friends, which sometimes that can be the case. Uh-huh. Especially if people start developing relationships and shit like that. And that shit becomes very, very tricky when you sleep with each other. Uh-huh. Because you no longer be friends. You're like, what? No. It becomes very, very tricky. That's why when you have certain people who are friends and then they sleep with each other, it becomes tricky. Because you already had feelings and a whole bunch of other different shit already escalated. That's how sometimes friends become husbands and wives sometimes because sometimes you just mix very, 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 very good. hmm But you have to understand that, right? And people have to be aware and grown about the situation. Meaning, yeah, me and you are friends, but I understand if we sleep together, it's just gonna, oh boy, we're not gonna be able to take it back. And then it becomes very, very tricky a little bit because then it becomes okay. Well, what we gonna do now? Are we gonna what is it hitting for? And then you have to understand that. Oh, shit. And then sometimes motherfuckers be like, go get your shit. Pack all of your shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Damn. Mm-mm-mm. Wow. I remember that happened to me one time. Not one time. Not like that. It was this guy. Me and him were like childhood friends and shit like that. Whatever. Actually, not really. Actually, he was really supposed to be my husband. For real, for real. I can honestly say that. He was supposed to be my husband. I was supposed to be his wife and shit like that. But they always say you get three relationships. You get the first one when you kind of touch love a little bit when you're younger. Then you get the second one, and then like the third relationship that you entwine with, that usually be your husband, usually be your wife. But he was though, because we grew up with each other, and he was a football player. So in all reality, I was really supposed to be a wag. For real, for real. I really, really was supposed to be a wag, and he was supposed to be in the NFL because he was an amazing football player. It's just that when I was younger, we really wasn't like that, and I don't think I had that in my mind like that, right? But I think if I would have, no, I ain't gonna say that because then will regret my son and certain shit like that, and I don't regret my son for not a motherfucking inklet within my body, but because of that, and then because his mom passed away, and he really didn't have somebody really, really supportive like that for him when he was in college, and because of the women or the woman that he had, she really wasn't there for him and really didn't give him the push that he needed. But he was on the road to go to the NFL for real, for real. And we were really, really good friends. And I remember he told my boyfriend, for real, he did. He didn't give a fuck. For real, he really did. He was like, "What, motherfucker?" He pushed me out the way. I was like, "No." He pushed me out the way, like, "Get the fuck out the way." He's like, "Listen, motherfucker." He did, yo. He did. He wasn't playing no fucking bitch. Like, he wasn't playing no smoke. Like, listen, motherfucker. I remember that shit today. I don't know what the fuck your problem is, but me and her always gonna be friends. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like that shit was. He wasn't playing that shit. He little short, little self. He was. He wasn't that big. He was like, he stayed on big business. I was like, I can't believe you did that. Like, he was like, fuck out of here. For real, he was that serious. He was like, oh my god, like that's a bull though. When you have bulls like that, especially that goes against, or I don't know where the fuck that came from, but he didn't give a fuck. Like he did not care. Like I was like, oh shit, and he kind of like backed down, like my boyfriend at the time and shit like that. Like for real, for real. Mm-hmm. He was like, oh shit. He was like, oh shit. He didn't give a fuck. Clifford, that's his name. He still down big business. Like, mm-hmm. He's still kind of friends to this day. Well, his girlfriend don't like me. I don't know why she don't. Well, I would understand why she don't like me, but I don't want him though like that. But it's crazy because probably when he tell the story too, he be like, "That's supposed to be my wife and shit." And his mom loved me. His mom was a sweetie pie. I loved his mother. She yeah, for real, for real. She came from Newark and shit, but she was a sweetie pie. She don't like me. I'm like, what the fuck you don't like me for? I don't want this nigga. But for real, I wouldn't even like go like that and shit like that. But I think he was morally scared because, and I never did anything with him. Never. We never had sex or anything like that. I don't know why I'm talking about this. But I think he was like a little bit scared, just a little bit. But yeah, his girlfriend, she don't like me. Then nobody don't like me. I'll say that. For real, for real. They be like, they don't like me. Like, what? It's just something about me. For real, for real. Even when I was talking to this other dude, she was crying. I was so bad. Like, he was like, no, 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 no. They be like, no, fuck you. I haven't seen the top shot yet. He's like, other than that shit with him when he did that shit, he like I shouldn't say that. He got like little thumbs like that. Like fuck out of here. Like nigga, what? He didn't give a fuck. Like nigga, you crazy. Like it, yeah, for real. But that's when you understand when like you just understand. Like I always say that. That was funny. I can't believe that, but for real. It was always funny. It's so funny. Because, like, within our little group and shit, they be like, especially when I used to do certain things, or, yeah, it's so funny. They was like, you see Angel? You know Angel? He haven't been on active either. Like, it's so funny. Because it's funny. He make pieces and shit. Like, for real, for real. I hope he alright, though. I'm like that. Like, if I stop messing with people or whatever, whatever, like, I don't go back. There's no reason. I always say that. Like people have served their purpose within my life. It's like either I learned something from them, you know what I mean? They taught me very, very well, whatever the situation or whatever the fuck that it was, and then I'll just go to the next and shit like that. It always be good. Yeah, sometimes. No, I'm not. Sometimes. Like, yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I said that. Mhm. I always say that. I'm in a good space. You like what? For real. You like what? And I shouldn't say that. Because you like, bitch, you starting trouble. I'm not starting trouble. I'm not starting trouble. Like, so many people are happy. Even for real. Be good for the girls, but it be bad for the niggas. Anybody that I ever talked to like that, they know that I'm very, very different. For rougher. I'm very, very unique and shit like that. That's just something about me. They mad like this bitch. I'm like, what the fuck? Sometimes, and I don't even do shit. It's like people just serve their purpose. And then plus I have brothers, so kind of like a dude though too, and I shouldn't say it like that. And I think when it comes to that aspect of me too, sometimes